All right, guys, let's finish up this lesson. I think there's 4 problems we're going to do here. All right. This is a series. This is called sigma notation. Sigma notation. This reads, I want the sum from a equals 1 up to 5 of a plus 5. This is how it reads. The sum from a equals 1 up to 5 of a plus 5. Okay, this is a sigma notation. This is a series. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the sum of these values. All right, wrong button. All right, so to do that, what we're going to do, this bottom number is going to be the first number I substitute into this expression. That's going to help me find my first term. This top number is going to be the last number we substitute into a plus 5. So we're going to substitute in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, find all 5 answers, and then add them together. The sum from a equals 1 up to 5 of a plus 5. So let's do that math. I'm going to put in 1 plus 5. I'm going to put in 2 plus 5, 3, 4, and lastly, I'm going to stop at this top number. So my first term is 6, second is 7, 8, 9, and my last term is 10. I'm going to do my math and add them together and get 40. This is the first number we plug in. This is the last one we plug in. And we list all the terms and add them together. As simple as that. That's sigma notation. All right, so number 15, we're going to set it up again. I'm going to substitute in this number first, that bottom number. I'm going to substitute the top number in last. And every number in between, find all of them and add them together. So go ahead and pause the video or do whatever you need to do, and let's find all of these. When I plug in 3, I get 13. Then I get 20, 29, 40, 53, 68. I add them all together. That's 11, 23. Put a 3, carry my 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 16, 223. So the bottom number is the first one you plug in. The top number is going to be the last number you plug in. Find all of them and add them together. That's sigma notation. That's the series. All right. Now the last 2. I'm going to give you the series, the list of numbers that are added together. And what we're going to do is we're going to work backwards and make it look like the last 2 problems. All right, so what we have to do, we're going to pick a variable. I'm going to pick Q just because I want to use Q. You can use X, Y, Z, elemental P, it doesn't matter. All right, so what we have to do is look at this. I'm going to look at these numbers, and it looks like these are the values that are changing. All right, so since those are changing, I'm going to realize, okay, first, 1 is substituted in, and then my last one, 8 is substituted in. So I have to find the first value that was substituted in, and then the second value that was substituted in. And now, the rest of it is, what was it substituted into? All right, so that 5 never changed. That 1 plus never changed. But the thing that changed each time was this number, which now we called Q. So we're going to say the sum from Q equals 1 up to 8 of 5 over 1 plus Q. So you have to figure out what's changing, how it's changing, so what we plugged in first, what we plugged in last, and what we plugged into. All right, 17. All right, I have 1 over 1 times 4, plus 1 over 2 times 5, plus 1 over 3 times 6, plus 1 over 4 times 7, plus all the numbers in between, up to 1 over 3 times 16. All right, so looking at this, these numbers are changing, and these numbers are changing. All right, so I have to decide which one I want to work with. And I'm going to work with the green ones. All right, so it looks like the first number I plugged in was 1. And let's use t. T equals 1 is my start. T, or not t equals, and on the top, I stopped at 13. Okay, so I'm going to use the green ones, and you'll see how it's going to be different is which one we use. Now I have to figure out what did I substitute the numbers 1 through 13 into. All right, looking at this, my 1 up top doesn't change. All right, so looking at this green, all right, that's just my numbers. So I'm going to call it t. And that t is being multiplied by the numbers 4, 5, 6, 7, up to 13. And given my t is 1, how do I get 4? Given my t is 2, how do I get 5 all the way through? It looks like I'm going to add 3, so I'm going to say my second parenthesis is t plus 3. Because if I put a 1 in here, it's going to be 1 over 1 times 1 plus 3 is 4. If I put a 2 in, it's going to be 2 times 2 plus 3, which is 5, all the way through. So that's a good one. Decide what's changing, or what you plugged in first and last, and how to make it work. A second way, let me erase all this. All right, we said if I look at these numbers, the second set. And when we do these, there's multiple different ways it can be done. It's just whatever you see. This time, let's use P. All right. It looks like the first number substituted in this time was 4. And the last number substituted in was 16. Now, I need to manipulate that 4 to somehow make these numbers work. All right, so what I'm going to have is something times that P I chose. All right, so these all stay, those are the numbers I'm plugging in, 1 or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way up to 16. Now using 4, how do I get 1? Using 5, how do I get 2? Using 16, how do I get 13? And what I'm going to do is take the number that I started with and subtract 3. Because when I plug in 4, it's going to be 4 minus 3 times 4, which is my 1 over 1 times 4. If I put in 5, that's going to be my 1 over 2 times 5. So this is also an acceptable answer. Most of us are going to give this first one, which is fine. I just want to show you that there's multiple ways to do this. All right, so that's the rest of the lesson. Make sure we get this done before we get to class after break, but it's probably better to get it done now so we don't have to worry about it over break. All right, have a great one, and I'll see everybody when we get back.